attention to the institutions responsible for interpreting and applying these laws: international courts and tribunals. These judicial bodies play a crucial role in upholding international law, resolving disputes peacefully, and promoting justice on a global scale. The international court system, a diverse landscape. The international court system is like a sprawling legal metropolis with different courts and tribunals specializing in different areas of law. It's not a single unified system like we have in most countries. Instead, it's a patchwork of institutions, each with its own jurisdiction, procedures, and powers. Some of the most prominent international courts and tribunals include the International Court of Justice, or ICJ, the principal judicial organ of the United Nations, often called the World Court. It settles legal disputes between states and gives advisory opinions on legal questions. The International Criminal Court prosecutes individuals for genocide, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and the crime of aggression. The European Court of Human Rights upholds the European Convention on Human Rights and ensures that member states respect the rights and freedoms enshrined in it. The Inter-American Court of Human Rights protects and promotes human rights in the Americas and ensures that member states comply with the American Convention on Human Rights. Specialized tribunals set up to deal with specific issues such as war crimes tribunals for Rwanda and the former Yugoslavia, or the International Tribunal for the Law of the Sea. How international courts work. International courts and tribunals function in many ways similar to domestic courts, but with some key differences. They usually have a panel of judges from different countries who are experts in international law. They hear cases brought by states, individuals, or sometimes even international organizations, and they issue judgments that are binding on the parties involved. Here's a simplified overview of how a case might proceed in an international court. A dispute arises. Two or more states disagree about the interpretation or application of international law. A case is filed. One or both states bring the dispute to an international court. The court hears the case. Both sides present their arguments and evidence. The court issues a judgment. The judges deliberate and issue a decision which is usually binding on the parties. The impact of international courts. International courts and tribunals play a crucial role in global governance. They uphold international law. By interpreting and applying international law, they help to clarify and strengthen it, resolve disputes peacefully. They provide a forum for states to resolve their differences without resorting to violence. Protect human rights. They hold states accountable for violating human rights and provide redress for victims. Deterrence. The threat of prosecution can deter individuals and states from committing international crimes. Challenges and critiques of international courts. International courts are not without their critics. Some argue that they are too slow, too expensive, and lack the power to enforce their judgments. Others claim that they are biased against certain countries or regions, and there are concerns about the lack of political will to support and strengthen international courts. Conclusion. International courts and tribunals are an essential part of the global governance toolkit. They are the guardians of international law, the arbiters of disputes, and the protectors of human rights. While they face many challenges, they are a vital force for peace, justice, and accountability in our world.